start streaming. We're up.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlefurs, as Scratch likes to say it. Welcome to the South-Afrifur Pawdcast at 8 o'clock CAT, or Central African Time. We'd like to thank you guys for all having a good listen to what we're doing today. If those of you who follow us on Twitter or on Facebook, we did actually talk about our guest today. Those of you who follow from the South-Afrifur main site, we also talked about it there. Tonight we have Caenish from Northern Ireland, Belfast, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not mistaken.
That's good. All right. He is the person who runs the Northern Ireland Furs website from Belfast, as well as organizes a whole bunch of tiny little meets, or tiny meets, big meets, many meets, sort of monthly from that side. Scratch is also with us tonight, but Creation is unfortunately, or Napa is actually offline for the next half hour until his place gets restored. So pretty much what's going to happen is that Scratch has a couple of glitchy sort of sounds, so he'll talk when we talk, or when he can talk, and otherwise it'll be just sort of a conversation between myself and Caenish until we're all sort of set up from there. Right, so welcome, and I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. Caenish,
yeah?
If you'd like, you can give us a little bit of an introduction for yourself.
Well, I haven't prepared anything, so...
It's okay, it doesn't matter, just be straight off the bat about it.
Well, what do you want me to introduce? Myself, I'm Caenish, I'm from Northern Ireland. You basically introduced me for me.
You're welcome.
You've taken my job.
Damn. Well, I don't know, like, what else do you do aside from that?
Aside from that, well, I work and I study. That's, just boring stuff outside of furry, you mean?
Yeah, furry, yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of my main thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'd be pretty big into the furry side of life, like most of my friends are. So if I'm not hanging out with furries at meets, it's hanging out with them outside of meets, like with my closer friends.
Yeah.
Just chilling, playing games, watching movies, generally wasting time, because that's what you do with your life. Whenever you have free time.
Whenever you have free time, yeah. So I mean, like, how long have you been a furry?
Oh, that's, I would say 15, 16 years.
Okay.
Quite a while. I found out about it. Has anybody ever heard of the Redwall book series?
Yes, I love the Redwall book series.
Well, that's basically what started me.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I started reading Redwall when I was 10, 11, I think.
Yeah. I was about 10 or 11, and then 15 years ago, I'd have been about, it would have been about 10 or 12. And I didn't Google it because Google wasn't a thing back then. But whatever search engine I used, found some like-minded people, and it sort of just went downhill from there.
That was one of the Yahoo days, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it might have been like Alta Vista or Lycos.
Okay.
I can't remember. There was that many search engines before Google.
Yeah,
just
now
dominated everything.
Yeah, now there aren't many search engines except for Google.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. And when did you first become active in sort of like the furry community? Like, and how actually at that?
Funny you saying Yahoo groups. There was somebody else had started a Yahoo NI group, say about 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
But I went to a couple of the meets that they ran, but it just sort of didn't seem to. It just sort of fell apart. Like. There was maybe 4 or 5 people would show up, but it gradually became non-existent. And that was kind of it until about 4 or 5 years ago, whenever I started it up again myself. I started a Twitter feed and started a website with a bit of help. Like, I'm not exactly great when it comes to building a website.
Well, you don't necessarily need all that. We have a question from the I'm going to call them the Peanut Gallery for now. Our Peanut Gallery. Dan Leo asks you to describe your persona.
Oh yes, I see that. My persona, well, Silver Dragon, Anthro. I'm not very remarkable, like distinguishable. I'm sort of it's not very fleshed out. It's like fleshed out in my head, but I'm bad at describing it, I think, is the best way to just say it.
Wings?
Oh, yeah, wings, of course. Yeah, Western style. That's, yeah.
All right, so not a land dragon or dinosaur
No.
for that matter.
Yeah. Walking upright.
Walking upright.
Or one of the noodly ones.
Noodly ones. Noodle dragons that fly without
No.
wings. How do they fly?
Hell knows.
Like snakes in the air, I guess.
Air snakes.
Air snakes.
I think that's that's gonna be my new name for
Eastern dragons.
Eastern dragons, air snakes. That sounds like fun.
You're gonna get shit on by the people in the group.
Oh, hush, they can take it, I think. Yeah. And also for calling the peanut gallery the peanut gallery.
Yeah. What else do you want? They don't pay anything, so technically they are the peanut gallery.
Yeah, true. So I mean, like, in respect to sort of how you started the entire Northern Ireland, like, sort of fur group and getting all those get-togethers going. When was the first time? Well, obviously back in 2004, 2005, you obviously met your first furries, like face to face.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Out of that group, nobody's really active anymore, barring myself and another fur called Dallas, although he's currently abroad right now. He's living in England at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
But
is England abroad to you?
Yeah, I guess it's across the sea.
Yeah. Huh.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
Oh no, I was just sort of saying as I was thinking, but I wasn't really thinking in any particular way. I was just
Yeah. People are referring to Easterns as Discord, with chaotic magics, or on the wind as wind gliders. That's interesting. So I mean, what kind of like that's actually going to be another question. I mean, like obviously, like dragons are very sort of in the upper British areas, and mostly Europe. If you think about like sort of the lore and things like that, a lot of that sort of dragon lore comes from that side. How many people actually choose the dragon furry? Dragon furry.
In Northern Ireland, I can't think of anybody else, barring me.
Okay.
There, like I say, Dallas is sort of like a hybrid dragon slash. I don't want to insult him. I'm going to say wolf, but I think I might be wrong. Let's just go with that. But as far as I know, I'm only purebred in the north, anyway.
Okay.
I think there's. Yes, no, I know for a fact now that I'm remembering. It's just the gears slowly turning in my head. There is a guy in the south.
Yeah.
Who is also a dragon, but I don't know him too well. I just know he exists. That's sort of the problem with a lot of the Irish furs. Is like I know they exist, but they're never around.
Okay. If you could sort of count, like how many strong how many strong are in Ireland at this point?
Oh, if you had to ask me a number, I'd say maybe you might be pushing 50, but as far as active goes, maybe 5 to 10 active.
Okay. So I mean, like, so 5 to 10 is generally your sort of count in respect to getting together and doing things like that. When it comes to meets, or let's say cons, I mean, in England, which ones do you normally sort of prefer to go to, or Britain?
I've been to Confuzzled 3 times. I'm actually having to skip it this year, unfortunately, but I'm hoping to go again next year. I'd like to try ScotiaCon, and Euroference.
Okay.
Those 2 are on the list. But I sort of consider Confuzzled to be my local convention.
Okay. Confuzzled is where?
Birmingham.
Birmingham,
England.
Okay. That's not bad. Okay. Next question. Scratch, do you have anything?
Nothing at the moment, though. I'm actually still thinking about a few things.
Okay. Have you ever considered going to Anthrocon? Or has anybody in your group gone to Anthrocon yet?
Anybody in my group? Not that I know of, although I have considered it. It's sort of like, I think it's one of those things that you want to do at least once. It's kind of, it's something that should be done once.
Yeah.
At least that's the message I get from a lot of people I speak to about it. But I, as of yet, don't have any plans to go.
All right.
But I would like to, just haven't got around to it.
Okay. You guys seem to have actually, like, I mean, especially in the British area, and I hope I'm not being in any way sort of, what's the word? Rude when I say British when I refer to you. Because I'm assuming that Northern Ireland, which one is not part of Britain?
The
Ireland.
Republic of Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
No, Northern Ireland is part of the UK.
Okay, and Southern Ireland, or at least the other half isn't.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
full name's the Republic of Ireland, but people just call it Ireland. And
Okay.
it tends to include, it's really messed up, like trying to describe it to people that don't understand and live here.
It's sort of like the Netherlands as well. It's like it's not actually the Netherlands, but there's some places that are like still part of some whatever. It's like a really confusing system there as well.
It's Holland, right?
And the Holland, Holland, the Netherlands. I don't know what is what.
Yeah. So, does that actually affect sort of getting together or anything like that? Being able to like travel in between the two Irelands?
Not at all. Anybody born in Northern Ireland or Ireland has dual citizenship. So,
Oh,
well, I
nice.
don't know about the South actually, but I know here, like, I can claim British or Irish citizenship.
Okay.
So there's free travel across the border.
No.
So it's no issue.
Okay. That's fair. That's actually not bad. Yeah, I mean, like the thing is that I mean, from what you've seen at Confuzzle, how many people are actually sort of attend on a yearly basis?
Confuzzled. I
Yeah.
think last year they had maybe about 1,000.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact number, but I think it was pushing 1,000.
Oh, okay.
I'd say it'd be more this year, like.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. My guess is 1,000. I'm gonna stick with that. That's my final answer.
Would you like to phone a friend? Sorry.
We're all near PCs. We could just check it out. I actually have a question.
Mhm.
Here on our side, it seems like there's been a very big influx of like new furs, like younger furs, like around about 16 and up.
14 and up
Yeah,
sometimes.
14 and up sometimes. Is that the same there? Is it just something in the water here, or is it sort of a global thing that's been bringing new furries around? I want to hear if it actually happens in other countries as well.
Funny you should say that. Yeah, I have noticed like a lot of the people, like new people coming, maybe not quite that young, but 16 to 20 seems to be the average age for any newcomers.
Mm-hmm.
There's not so many people in their late 20s like myself. But yeah, that seems to be like around 20 seems to be the average age for any newcomers.
Okay.
And has there been
So yeah,
has there been a big influx of them recently? Because that's what's been happening with us. We have like it just suddenly there was this burst of new people.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, last year October from there on onwards, we've been having. I think we've almost. Let me see. I think it's been around about 110, something like that.
What, new people or subscriptions?
New people. If I look at this, if I look at our members list, joined. That's 40. Well, yeah, between June, midway through June last year, we've had 80 new furs.
And for a country, our sort of.
This is ours. This is ours specifically.
Yeah, and for a country like ours, that's strange almost. That's a high number.
I mean, considering that, like, for a long time, and I think Rakuin can probably correct me if I'm wrong. Like, it's been a lot slower, but as soon as, like, I mean, since last year June, it's picked up quite well. So I mean, we've had a mass influx, and I'm not necessarily sure whether it's the same that side. Obviously, like a large amount of those 80, I'd say at least about 20 of them are like semi-active in most areas.
Yeah.
Especially on the mobile groups.
That's a good question. Dan Leo asks again, would the Irish furry community be able to or willing to house a South-Afrifur if they were to come up?
I don't know. A lot of people's situations, I think. I know there's a few that have hosted like say people that have come up from Dublin.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've like stayed over, and like I've had a few furs over here, although I don't really have much space. But if I knew them well enough, yeah, I mean, like I don't mind
Okay.
really like having friends stay over.
Would you ever come
But
down to South Africa?
um, I don't know. It's not something I've ever considered. I
Uh,
guess maybe if there was a reason for me to go, like, do you guys have a convention or something?
We're actually working on one at present. We felt that we have enough active furries to be able to actually sort of successfully pull one off, and I say that with a grince or like a grimace on my face at times.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is that I mean, we do have something going. We do have a couple of plans in place. We're just waiting for some feedback from other people, just to be able to get all the other bits and pieces and bobs and whatnot together, and then we're going to start up. I think, what do you call that damn thing again?
What?
Oh, I'm so scatterbrained today. Where people give you money
NPO?
for
Patreon,
things.
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. There we go.
Oh,
That's the one I
Kickstarter.
wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, where we're looking at sort of an idea to get like some extra funding in just to be able to pull off some of the other things that we'd like to do. If you think about it, you guys work with the what money? British pound?
Yeah, we use the pound here. Yeah.
Okay, so what is it? To the rand, what's the pound? Just off the bat, scratch.
Somewhere close to
15,
like
18?
16, 17-ish.
17-ish. Let me do that quickly.
I checked Google and it said 18.55 South African rand is equal to a pound. If that's any help.
That does help, because what I can then also tell you is that for you, if you were to ever come down here, essentially a weekend with us would probably cost you about £64.
Yeah.
That's quite cheap.
It's pretty cheap down here.
That's like food and all included, like for a weekend.
Yeah, even housing
That's
shouldn't be that
like
expensive.
That's
nice.
creepily cheap. What I was also going to ask you is that, like, I mean, obviously there's some really sort of well-known furs up that side, artist-wise, at least in the British area. I mean, I know of Muzz and Scapo's that side. Scapo we're trying to get a hold of at some point. Have you ever met any of these people personally?
I've met some artists at Confuzzled. I like Danza. I've sort of spoke to him once or twice, only in passing. Like he had a, what do you call it, like a table just at the con, like selling stuff. And then there's tons of people like who had tables at the convention that I've spoke to. I have no idea. Like it's just I just talk to people. It's like I like your art. This is good.
Have you ever been able to commission any art from people?
Yes, actually. That reminds me. Yeah, there's a give a shout out to Taylor. She did my image on FA. Pretty much the only image I have.
Using now.
Is it the image I'm using now?
The face like with looking upwards with your mouth slightly open with the word Caenish below it.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, she did that. It's a combat she did for me, and it's yeah, I really like it. I have a couple of others as well, but that's the one that really stands out to me.
All right. And I mean, what else do you do within the sort of like furry fandom with like all your people? Do you guys go to bars or things, or do you guys just like take a weekend and go off to a hotel and
describe here?
Yeah, describe some of the kind of stuff you guys do. Like what goes on at a meet or a con?
At the meets, well, we don't really have any conventions in Ireland itself, although we sort of piggyback off a local gaming and anime convention, which is next month. But usually the meets just consist of getting coffee, getting food, and then sometimes going to the cinema, sometimes going to a bar. It sort of depends what people are up for.
Okay. Have you guys ever considered having like and I hate using the American word for this, but like a barbecue or something where you guys go to a person's house, get raucously drunk, depending on whether you like doing it or not, and just sort of like chilling out there, watching furry videos and whatnot?
I haven't really had a group one, but I've had friends over that, like, we've done pretty much just that. Like, just two or three of, well, I say two or three of us. All right. Yeah, two or three is probably about right. Because there's a lot of the time, these happen outside of meets.
Ever thought of
Yeah.
actually having a meet like that? I mean, what's the travel distance between like a lot of you?
It can be anywhere from 10 minutes down the road to about an hour and a half on the bus. For me, it's not too bad. I'm one of the 10 minutes down the road
All right.
sort.
Okay,
I'm quite close to the city centre.
that's not that bad. Maybe you I don't know, like as a suggestion, you should try doing that with like an entire group of people, sort of set up a place or whatnot.
Mm.
Have you guys ever rented out a bar for an area, or is there just not enough people for that?
There's just not enough people for that. You're like I say, half a dozen's the sort of average turnout. Sometimes you can push 10 to 12, but you're sort of looking 5 to 6 people, and yeah, you can rent a bar out with that.
Okay. With 10 to 12 people?
Yeah, even with 10 to 12 people, it wouldn't. It seems like no.
Maybe a small bar?
No, dude.
Maybe, but
Okay.
I don't know. It's like I think I looked it up one time before. It still would have been quite expensive. You were talking like maybe £10 a head.
Mm.
Yeah.
That can become very expensive after a while.
Yeah.
And converting that back to rands, it's even worse.
Yeah, that's 100 rand a person. That's insane.
180.
Sorry,
that's
180 rand
closer
per
to
person.
200,
That's like
yeah. That's yeah. I don't
that's
think.
like VIP for 2 people at a local club that I know.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
no, not gonna happen. That's basically like an entire evening at the movies, like IMAX movies for us.
Okay.
We actually did like a whole bunch of the Cape Town Furs went to go see Age of Ultron together a few weeks ago. That was fun.
Huh. What?
Hmm?
I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch any of that.
Oh, sorry. No, I said like a bunch of the Cape Town Furs, like 17 or so of us went to go see Age of Ultron a few weekends ago. So it was,
Yeah.
yeah, and that was basically like 110 rand a head for the ticket.
Sheesh. 110. That's what's it? £8?
Yeah, but
£7
but it was worth it though. It was fun.
Mm.
leather-bound pounds.
So I needed to go with my
Those-
wallet.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And when it comes to like celebrities and things like that, I mean, obviously, like you're sort of the Northern Ireland, big cheese, if we can call you that.
Well,
I'm not sure
I
if you guys like
guess
cheese that much.
it's all right. It's good on pizza.
Okay. So I mean, like do you like put out like a sort of a general thing saying, oh yeah, no, we're going here for this? Do you book out the areas, or do you just like randomly meet up in a specific area, like you said, probably the city center, go to a mall, do a bit of bowling?
Yeah, we've done bowling before. Usually the formula is meet in a coffee shop that's right beside the bus station. That's
Mhm.
usually quite empty at least. So
Okay.
it usually houses most of us whenever we show up.
Okay.
Then we sort of decide from there what people feel like doing. Could be cinema, could be bowling, could be the arcade, although it's kind of sucks. But yeah, that's sort of where we start, and then it's sort of just go with the flow.
Okay. You have any plans of how you're going to grow the Northern Ireland furs?
I'm going to be handing out flyers at QCon, which is the convention that we sort of piggyback off
Uh-huh.
next month.
All
So going to be doing up some flyers and just leaving them in strategic places and hoping that some people crawl out of the woodwork.
Okay. And like anybody with a fursuit there or tail or whatever? Because I remember that was actually one of the things that, because we also have a con in the area for comics and things like that. Rage,
Mhm.
where there's like,
Yeah.
how many people? 150,000 people
It's a big thing.
Wow.
over the entire weekend. It's massive.
Yeah.
And every now and again, or like every year so far, all of the furries have actually, or not all of the furries, but a lot of the furries have actually been going there with furry paraphernalia on, or a tail here, or ears there, and then people come up to them and say, "Oh my God, you're fuzzy," and then they like, I don't know. I remember one person actually stalked another guy for about like maybe 100 to 200 meters. And before he finally like turned around and said, "Can I help you?" And the guy says, "I just love your tail." Well, that was interesting.
Little bit weird.
Yeah.
Who was that though?
Yeah.
Who was stalked?
I can't remember. I think it was Yote, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Question from Zanduin: do you dye your fur or your scales green on St. Paddy's Day?
I just responded to him, and no, I have never actually done that.
Would you
Although you did
consider
get a
doing
lot
it now?
um, probably not. I don't really dye my hair or
Okay.
fur
Do you
or
guys have
anything.
a specific St. Paddy's Day get together?
Um, Not really, no. I think we tried that one year and it didn't really have a great turnout
Uh-huh.
because usually the city centre just ends up complete chaos.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe find like a bar off the beaten track. Or let me guess, that one's also full.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking St. Patrick's Day in
Yeah,
like
sure.
Ireland.
In
It's just
Ireland.
no.
How about a house party?
That could work, but again, I think it comes as a bank holiday, so most of the public transport takes a holiday.
Oh
Uh,
crap. Yeah, that
make it
could be.
So
or make it a 2-day thing. Like people come in the day before and then you sort of party the next day and they go home the day after that. Obviously their bosses will understand.
hopefully, I don't know. So my problem is I don't really have space to put up more than one person. That's about as much as I could manage.
Well,
So it's like,
essentially, I mean, like I live in a 2-bedroom flat right now, and essentially all I do is put people on the floor.
that would work.
Huh.
Aren't you kind?
I'm so kind. I also have an extra bed in the living room and a sleeper couch, so generally I can put up anything. And we've got 2 double beds, so if anybody's willing to cozy up with somebody, then there's that too. So I mean, Northern Ireland's a bit like you said, it's what inactive, I guess, and I'm assuming that you guys are really trying to sort of get the word out and allow these people to start coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And I mean, but you guys have been around for quite long, right?
Well, since I've been sort of overseeing it, it's
Huh?
been about 4 or 5 years. Yeah. Um, but yeah, there's been people around for a lot longer than that. It's just people sort of come and go, it seems. I don't know. People don't seem to stick around. I think the problem is they come to a meet, they're sort of like, oh, this is sort of not very active, and then they disappear again.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I mean, if there were ways that you could just sort of pick up start doing things, start talking to people. Like, I mean, like one of the ideas that I had recently, and when I say recently, I mean this afternoon, um, is I was actually considering like a get together once a month every Sunday, after sort of like a main meet where we actually, because I think with 16 or 20 people, we could actually book out a bar. Because Sunday is obviously not going to be a very, very busy day. Most people will be closed or like maybe open until 7, 8, 9, which means that people who want to go home later don't have to get picked up by cops. Yeah, believe me, that's an issue. That's a big issue for me. And just sort of like segueing into cops, I was going home from work on Friday, and this will tell you exactly how skittish I am of cops. They were blocking off one of the main roads, like it's off the national road, and I saw this entire thing, and I was like, oh my god, it's a roadblock. I'm not going in that direction. So I went in the exact opposite direction of where I wanted to go because I avoided those cops. I was just like, no, I'm not even touching that with a 10-foot barge pole.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, all I see is a massive motorcade coming around across the over the highway, and I was like, okay, cool. That means that I just wasted about 5 kilos of my life.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, same here actually because we have, especially around the area that I live, there is a huge police contingency that actually like brings in the neighborhood watch to help with stop and goes and breathalyzer tests. So
Mhm.
there's quite a bit of people keeping an eye out for drunk drivers. So I'm also very sort of scared of going out without someone who does who can designate who's designated driver for us.
Yeah, the Cape Town cops are a lot worse than the ones up here. Up here, all you do is you give them a pack of cigarettes for like in what's it, Yukon's case, 1,600 rand to bribe 2 cops.
Yeesh.
Yeah, it was intense.
Ugh. That's
I mean,
expensive.
that's you literally could have just told them, you know what, write me the ticket. I'm gonna drive home anyway. Just write me the damn ticket.
Yeah. A friend of mine got out of a drunk driving case for buying them steers.
Steers.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's like $80.
I know.
Wow. Okay. I'll keep mine for next time.
Yeah.
Caenish, any run-ins with the cops from your side?
Thankfully, no. No, can't say I've had anything or any of the local furs have had anything. You wouldn't want to have a run with the local cops anyway, because they're generally in riot gear whenever there's a lot of them out.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow. Oh, right. Of course.
Of course.
I keep on forgetting that bit. Yeah, no, I'd probably not be around with a whole bunch of cops in riot gear either. In fact, like I'd hopefully sort of try to fit in. Hold the line. Yes,
Yeah.
I will do this.
Honestly,
Raise
you
your
sort of
riot
just
shield, sir. I have no idea. I'm just standing here. Rock.
Like a trash can lid.
you kind of just get used to it. It's just sort of like, oh look, they're out in the big armored vehicles again. Oh well, whatever.
Is there any specific reason for that happening? I mean, aside from the sort of extreme dislike for certain people, I don't know. Does that exactly happen?
It's not really like nowadays. It's just sort of people seem to make it out to be worse than it is. It's like Belfast's actually quite a decent place. It's just you get some freaks, I guess, that just seem to have issues, like to cause trouble.
Mm-hmm. Is that like Wasp just mentioned that in Ireland, to waive the charge from the police, all you got to do is give them a Guinness. Wow.
No.
Would it help though?
No, it wouldn't. It is probably the opposite of help.
What exactly are you studying to do?
Me, psychology.
Psychology?
I'm doing a Bachelor of Science.
Okay. Any specific kind of psychology? Like group therapy?
No, it's just a sort of general psychology degree. I haven't decided where I'm going to go with it after I finish. It's something that interested me, and I do it in my spare time around work.
Okay. That's actually like cool because I mean you don't necessarily get many furries who are, you know, anything outside of like either engineering or IT or anything computer based. Like I mean you find a lot of them, but you don't find I mean like the proliferation of IT flavored furries is very, very high.
Yeah, definitely.
But then again, I mean, like I actually saw it was a Tumblr thing the other day, which had a whole bunch of people like in fursuits, like picking up like signs saying what they do, and I can actually safely say that I mean, if there were 40 of them, 30 of them were either animators, IT specialists, or you know anything to do with IT, or an engineer, or in the army.
Army.
Oh yeah,
there was one guy in the army actually, and obviously. Caenish, you'll know him, Mark, if I'm not mistaken.
Mark, yes, I think I know him.
Of the Furry Life podcast.
Yeah.
Not Mark RK, no, not that one. Mark Smith.
Yeah.
I believe he was stationed in Thailand?
I can't remember. He did mention it, and I think that sounds right.
Yeah, I think he was stationed in Thailand. Which is interesting. I mean, like, the thing is that... and that would actually be an amazing thing to listen to, is just like, you know, furry in the army, let's see what happens here. I know that there's a police officer that I saw as well. There's a couple of police officers in America.
Hello.
Creation and Napa! Oh my goodness! The echo is amazing.
I am so sorry that I delayed. I saw the time and I was like, oh, it's going to be an hour down, and then I re-looked at it and saw that for some reason they made stage 1 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Huh.
Yeah, hasn't it always been like that?
It was always an hour for me.
No,
when it's stage 1.
No, we've always had it in an hour and 20 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes, sorry. But whatever.
Anyways.
Anyway, this is enough.
Different careers.
Say,
Hello, Caenish.
Sorry,
Hello.
what?
He says hi
Can you hear
in
me?
his... Yeah, but you're roboting quite a bit.
Now both of you are roboting.
Me too.
Welcome to 3G.
Fuck my life.
Are you on your 3G?
Yes, my internet is not up yet.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really make out.
Okay, here's something that Raccoon actually says. He talks about the beauty of it. He says that he's a mechanic. What is this? I'm a mechanic. She works for the government in the States. We're rooming together with an engineer, Shady told me. That's how different it gets. He makes shit, I fix it, and she tells lies about my shit. You go on any business trip, that's what you're going to see. People having fun at a furry fandom convention. You can't get more real than this. This is people from the heart having fun. You can't fake that. You can walk into any group, and they're still going to treat me as friendly. As friendly.
As friendly.
As friendly. Oh, treat me. Okay, yes, I get that. So yeah, I mean, like, and that's probably what was the original appeal, actually, Caenish? Just for that sort of question, what was the original appeal to becoming a furry, aside from Red Wool books and things like that, which Red Wool I absolutely love.
I think it was just how open and friendly the community was. It's like people are really just chill and laid back. It's like, oh sweet, I can just sort of say or do whatever as long as I'm not a dick about it.
Yeah.
So people are cool with it. That seems to be the general rule.
Until people are dicks about it. Just joking. But yeah, but I mean the thing is that's and that's what we love about this entire thing. Have you aside from sort of Ireland Furs, which actually I've seen you guys have an IRC channel as well, if I'm not mistaken. Do you sort of frequent that at all?
The IRC channel, funny you mentioned, I actually just recently started going back to it, just out of curiosity. It's sort of dead. It used to be kind of lively like 2 or 3 years ago, but everybody moved to a Skype group, and even it's kind of not very lively.
Okay.
People just don't seem to talk. Yeah.
Do you think that there's, I guess if you got more popularity out that side, it probably would help, wouldn't it? I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for your part that would actually happen, because I mean, like, and it's weird. South Africa and Ireland actually do sort of share at least a rugby history together, as far as I can tell.
Really?
Yeah. One of the things is that, if I'm not mistaken, South Africa played against Ireland almost one of the first, not necessarily one of the, yeah, it was something along the lines of that. Let me just check this out. I want to check my facts before I make my facts. I know that we destroyed you in cricket, apparently.
Smooth.
That would probably
We have that
be
one
why.
guy that stand-up comedy. He's from Ireland, isn't he?
We have him?
Yeah,
That
he's
one
here,
guy.
but he I can't remember his name.
Oh,
But I
Dylan
think he's
Moran.
from Ireland. Yes.
Dylan Moran.
Is he here now, Dylan Moran?
He's going to be in Grahamstown in July, I think.
Huh.
I mentioned this.
Yes, I forgot.
I did mention that.
The very first game between Ireland and South Africa was actually in 1906 at the Balmoral Showgrounds in Belfast. South Africa won 15-12.
Interesting.
Well,
and I think it was in 2006 we actually celebrated 100 years of rugby history together.
yeah, rugby is quite big here. Although I'm not that big into it myself. As for cricket, I always would have associated that more with England. But rugby, it's quite a big thing here.
All right.
Didn't know that though.
Yeah, no, we've got a massive history together. We've played in total 22 matches, of which Ireland has won 5. Oh, and congratulations for that for that matter on winning the Six Nations, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do not follow sports, so cool.
Well,
Yeah.
now you know. There was probably a massive roar amongst the town.
There probably was.
When that
And
happened.
I just didn't hear it.
Ronan O'Gara scored a try or something along the lines of that. That's pretty much the only Irish rugby player I know, Ronan O'Gara.
Is he still? Yeah, is he a historic figure or is he still playing?
He's
This is- that
Do
was
you
funny.
do you guys also take St. Patrick's Day as serious as we do?
They take
They
it a bit
try
more
to,
seriously.
but honestly, it's sort of like it's busy, but it's mostly tourists that makes it busy, as opposed to like locals. Locals are sort of like, oh, look, it's St. Patrick's Day, whatever. But it's like the city centre's hiving with tourists.
Forget they even turn our beer green here.
They do?
Yeah, some places.
I've never noticed that.
I mean, you're not gonna find like Castle on tap that's green, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
just imagine. Ah.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, like the thing. What do they just use food coloring or what?
Yeah, it's
It's
food
food
coloring.
coloring.
Is
I
it
did
just
it
food
myself.
coloring?
No.
But it still has
Probably.
it still has a taste to it. And
Yeah,
like,
but
why would I want to
yeah,
ruin my beer? I mean, what the hell?
2 drops, dude.
Still ruining my beer. It's not pure anymore. Screw that.
Mm-mm.
Very, very close to saying something else.
I don't know what you're gonna say. I'm just gonna stand back.
Mm. Fuck that. Um,
Well done.
you're welcome. St. Patrick's Day in America. Meanwhile, in Ireland,
Nothing.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
nobody cares.
That is kind of the way it is. It's like it's a big tourist event, like, but most of the locals are just I don't care. Just it's just another day.
It's the same thing with places like Holland, right? Where the most people there that do the things that is legal there that is illegal in the rest of the world, right? They're tourists. It's not the locals.
Yeah,
The tourists do these things. The locals are like, I have to go to job and I have to. You understand?
Yeah.
It's like here, people in the rest of the world think we go on safari every weekend.
you mean you don't?
Not quite. It's maybe over the long weekends if we have some time, but yeah, it's not. It's not like ooh, there's a giraffe in my
Sorry,
backyard suddenly.
I don't go on safari. Well, I know that Dan Leo goes on safari every day because he works in a place that actually has to be his thing.
Yeah, he's a conservationist.
Yes, he's an animal custodian. I think that'd be an awesome way to say it. Yeah.
Last time I was at the Kruger National Park was when I was still in school.
I actually haven't been. Like 4 or 5 years ago was the last time I was in the Kruger. But then again, I was in quite a bunch of different ones, like the Kruger, Halachadi, Adu, all that kind of jazz.
Istasin Chris says, and I'm assuming that he might be from Holland or Amsterdam, says that weed might not necessarily be legal in Holland anymore. Is it Holland? Netherlands? Amsterdam?
Yeah, Holland is.
Yes, I'm right. Damn it. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, which is funny because now it's legal in Washington D.C.
That's a little bit funny.
Sorry, not in Washington D.C. in Washington State. Sorry, I get confused with the city and the state.
Yeah. DC is a little area inside Maryland, or it's inside. It's between Maryland and goodness me.
Oh, whatever. It's some city
Just
there.
call it the District of Columbia. It's its own freaking. It's like a town within its own province. I don't even know what the state within, but it's not actually. But it's.
Did you guys check that guy on I think it was SABC3 News that started smoking a joint while on air?
Yes,
That was pretty.
amazing.
That was pretty thuggish.
If I'm not mistaken, Raccoon actually was the one who posted that again. Every single time we make a reference to this thing that was posted somewhere, it's because of him. Credit to you, Raccoon. Well done.
But I still see that that guy needs to be penalized for two things. Number one, he broke the law. It's still against the law, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number two is he smoked in a public building.
Who says that there was a public building and not just a backdrop that they
It was
posted?
a backdrop inside a studio.
Yeah, maybe.
Not maybe, it is.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree just for disagreement's sake.
Okay.
Okay? There. Done. I win 5 internet points.
Yeah.
And what he did is still illegal, so fuck it.
Yeah, Caenish, just to catch you up, they were having a debate on one of our news programs about the legalization of marijuana in the country, about for medical reasons or whatever. And the guy who was pro legalization was on satellite. They got him via satellite. So basically, at the end of the interview, they were just sitting there like, any final thoughts and whatever. And the guy starts lighting up a joint in the background on this big ass monitor behind the other two people. And he's
It
just like,
really was quite intense.
yeah. He's like, I have nothing
you could-
further to say, and he stands up and walks out.
And you could totally tell that he was actually like smoking weed, because at one point he kept it in, and like weed has a different like effect on your voice, like different from smoke or even hubbly at that. Is that it makes it really, really deep, and he had it inhaled, and as he was speaking, he was exhaling, and you just
Yeah, but he got pissed off at the one guy not doing anything in regards of it, or delaying and something or
He
whatnot.
said that they'd been delaying on it for the last 11 years anyway, and I actually agree with that. They have been delaying on the entire thing.
Yeah, but it still
And at one
doesn't
point,
mean you
wanted
can
to
break
blame
the
it on
law.
the xenophobia attacks.
Yeah, that was a bit funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, guys still broke the law. In my personal opinion, that's the worst thing that can happen to the guys that once legalized. It's somebody that is a complete rebel that doesn't have any respect for the law to be the
Spokesperson.
to be the spokesperson now and on TV with this. That's a bad example.
Mm.
So that's just my personal opinion. Other people might differ with me.
Yeah.
No, we want the rebels. We need people like that.
Well, technically, maybe we do.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. What do you think, Caenish? Do you think we need rebels in our lives?
Do you think we need weed in our
Well,
lives?
yeah, somebody has to start. I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't see any, like, it's the only way you make change happen, and there's nothing, it's not a bad change, like whenever we talk rebels, we're talking, like, not Hitler. That's the best way to describe it.
Welcome to not Hitler.
Yeah, but it's fine to rebel, just as long as you don't do Hitler.
Mm. Yeah, 2006. Sorry, just back to the rugby thing. 2006, Ireland beat South Africa 32-15.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap! Franz Verstappen was still playing. Habana was playing. Wow.
How many times do you visit the United Kingdom, or do you guys ever really go there?
We have
Well,
this, but yeah.
technically this is the United Kingdom, so I'm always in it, but if you... yeah,
I'm
it's
talking
like Britain, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
England or Scotland or Wales.
Yeah, England or Scotland.
Who goes to Wales?
Not
Who goes to
now and again. Yeah, I don't think anybody goes to Wales. I've never been to Wales. Actually, that's a lie. I crossed the border once driving and stopped in a town and then came back over and was fairly unimpressed. Sorry, Wales.
Sorry, Wales. This obviously just reminds me of that one. What's a train spotting? Like
Choose life, choose a job, choose a career, choose a family, choose a fucking television. That movie.
Yes, train spotting. But my favorite one was their comment on Scotland.
Which was?
Let me just give me a second. I need to find this. It's shite being Scottish. There we go.
Right.
Let me see.
I don't think I've seen Trainspotting in this.
Doesn't it make you proud? Yeah, here we go. Like, it doesn't make you proud to be Scottish. It's shite being Scottish. We're the lowest of the low, the scum of the fucking earth, the most wretched, miserable, servile, pathetic trash that was ever shat into civilization. Some hate the English. I don't. They're just wankers. On the other hand, We, on the other hand, are colonized by wankers. Can't even find a decent culture to be colonized by. We're ruled by effete assholes. It's a shite state of affairs to be in, and all the fresh air in the world would make any fucking difference.
I haven't seen that movie yet.
It's awesome.
I think I should.
It's really, really awesome. But yes, choose a fucking TV.
These washing machines, cars, compact disc players, and electrical tin openers. No, I didn't watch it so many times. There was a song made out of that.
Here's a secondary question for you, Caenish. How many of the Irish stereotypes are true?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
How many of the Irish stereotypes are true?
How many of them are true? Not that many, I would say. Although you might find leprechauns out in the country if you want to go for a wander. Like, I don't know, but no, I don't know.
Well, do you? I mean, sorry, carry on.
No, it looks like. No, I sort of lost where I was going with that.
I know that there's like another sort of internet famous guy from Ireland that I know of. If you've ever heard of Jacksepticeye?
Oh yeah, I know.
Actually, I haven't.
He's a YouTube gamer. Pretty much sort of like just uploads his stuff there. He's
I know.
he's gaining in popularity from what I can tell. But
That
yeah,
he's top of the morning to you. That guy.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. And he does that
Yeah.
entire thing. You guys never say that, do you?
No.
Thank God. Because holy crap, that would kill the living crap out of me. Wow.
I don't. I've never actually met anybody that says that except for foreigners. They say that to you, and you're just like,
Ugh,
no,
yeah, whatever.
just stop it.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to be polite about it, but
No,
yeah.
go right ahead. This is mostly no holds barred, in respect to sort of talking. But yes, Jacksepticeye has a very, very high pitched voice at times when he tends to do things. But yeah, I mean, like he's gaining in popularity, and the thing is that for some reason he plays towards the stereotypes of like sort of Irish people to an extent. I mean, like obviously there's the entire thing about leprechauns. Do you guys still drink a lot? Does that stereotype hold any water?
Yes and no. You get people that don't know when to stop, and then you get people. Yeah, I would say are just sort of fairly normal. It's like they enjoy a drink, but they're not drunkards.
Okay, but I mean, like it's I don't know, like it's always been seen that well, not necessarily always been seen. Like the stereotype goes that like Irish people drink a fair amount on a daily
Stereotype
basis.
is that Russian people drink.
Everybody drinks. If that's
London
the case,
drinks, South Africa people drink.
Yeah.
Everybody drinks.
Yeah, but yeah, like I don't know. South African drunk is strange.
It's fighty drunk.
All drunk is fighty drunk, but
No, not all drunk is fighty drunk.
The only input I can offer, like last year in Fuzzled, there was a guy from England who I cannot remember his name right now, but basically me and my partner, we both like had lots of drinks, and he tried to keep up with us, and he failed.
Oh,
very,
okay.
very much so. He failed.
But it's because their beer is weak.
That's right. Yes, that's why. Because their shots are slightly weaker than the shots you get over here. We get 35 mils, they get 25.
Okay.
I guess maybe there's some truth to it then, because we need a stronger drink to do anything for us.
Don't you ever go into a drinking competition person that is Russian.
Dude, don't do anything with a Russian, seriously.
Yeah, don't ride a bear with a Russian if that's the case.
Don't play Dota against the Russians.
Don't
Don't
try to go into tank wars with a Russian.
Yeah.
Don't fire a rifle at a Russian. They'll flip over the bullet.
What's that thing? Fuck. You never get into a land war in Asia. Yeah, that was the thing.
That's a random question. What happens if you throw a cat at the mirror and break it?
I don't know.
I would
Black cat
be inclined to say that you get the RSPCA.
Yeah.
Irish whiskey is better than Scottish whiskey, though. This is something that I can attest to. I love Irish whiskey far more than I love Scottish whiskey.
Bushmills?
Yes. we tend to get Jameson around here mostly,
Yeah.
which is sort of the base like export from your side. I'm assuming that your Jameson is better than our Jameson.
We keep our good stuff for
Probably is. I know the main one I know is Bushmills because it's up the north coast. I know it. I actually haven't been to the distillery. I've been past it like hundreds of times, but I keep meaning to go in and actually see it.
That is.
I have been to the.
Oh.
I was going to say I've been to the Guinness distillery storehouse in Dublin, but I've never actually been to the Bushmills whiskey distillery.
We do actually have Bushmills down here, and I think the most expensive whiskey that I've seen so far was Scratch. If you can remember, we were at Foresters.
Yeah.
During one of the Wales matches.
We
We played 2 tests against them that year, if I'm not mistaken. We had Gardus with us. Gardus got finally drunk, yes.
Yeah, that
was an interesting day.
That was a weird.
And they had what was it? What did it cost? It was 400 and something rand per shot.
I don't know what the hell that was.
It was the James King, or King James edition in a crystal bottle, if not mistaken.
And you bought it?
No, jeez, fuck no.
What do you think I'm made of? Money?
Yeah, no. What it was around about. If we could sort of convert that to pounds, that'd be like what?
A lot.
400 rand is around about
30 something pounds. 30 something.
20 pounds.
20 pounds. We'll say 25 pounds for a shot.
Yeah.
For a shot?
For a shot.
Fuck.
Is that good or bad?
That's bad.
Okay.
That's really bad.
It was the King James. I think it was like a 32-year whiskey. Johnny Walker.
Was it?
It was Johnny Walker. It was Johnny Walker King James edition.
Okay. I can't exactly remember that though.
I remember it. I remember that we also found out that somebody actually bought a bottle from the bar.
Wow. Okay.
You're looking at 100% markup already, and then you're just going like, cool, no, we'll buy the bottle, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I shit money.
How do you drink that? How do you drink that? Do you like spend an entire day there? Because you need to because I'm sorry, I'm having a whiskey panic attack.
You get that?
Yeah.
We can hear that.
Because there's people in Saudi Arabia tend to buy Red Bull and expensive whiskey and then pour the Red Bull into the whiskey. And when my dad told me about that, I was just sitting there going what?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I would punch a guy if they do that.
Dude, yeah, the world has collectively established that Saudi Arabia is basically just a bunch of rich people who don't know what the hell to do with their money. No offense, but that's what the Saudis are sort of presenting the world
right.
with. What?
It's a Johnny Walker Blue Label King George, yes. Yes, that's exactly the one.
Yeesh.
8,500 rand a bottle.
Ugh. No, not anytime soon.
8,500 rand a bottle. That's 200 pounds. 200.
Yeah.
Is Dustin Chris asks where we're all from, which is actually a fair question. Caenish is from Ireland, if you haven't picked up on that already. Scratch, myself, and Anapa are all from South Africa. Welcome to the South-Afrifur Pawdcast, by the way. We have it every single Sunday at around about this time. We start an hour ago. So yeah. Well, okay.
Okay, your accent doesn't actually come through that strong Irish.
It's fairly strong.
Like my South African accent comes through a little bit too bad.
Yeah, but that's you.
Wow.
You come from an Afrikaans family.
So do
I remember I spoke to some Irish people and I couldn't understand them. They speak English, but I can't understand a thing that they're saying.
What, Irish people?
Yeah. I've spoken to some, you can't understand them. You can go to a British person. I'll show you a British person. You won't get a single word.
I think
mainly because of the accent.
the accent becomes a lot thicker. I think the further into the country you go, because near the cities, people are a lot more
generic.
Easy to. I don't know if generic's the word. Yeah, it's like easier to understand. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like if you go like way into the country, yeah, you get some strange accents.
Yeah, I was about to mention. I'm pretty sure it sort of differs from region to region.
Yeah. How many people still speak Gaelic in Ireland actually?
Not too many. Like you'll occasionally get like bilingual signs, but
What does
it
a
tends to
bilingual
be.
sign look like?
It has English and Gaelic on it.
What does the Gaelic look like?
Like Gaelic. Because.
Come on. Do you have a visual representation, please?
I can.
Is Gaelic like
find
the
something
standard?
on Google, but.
Do you have any? Sorry, this probably was asked while I was not here. But is there any big furry conventions in Ireland, or is it mostly in Britain and obviously the rest of Europe?
In Ireland, no, there's no conventions. We're sort of lucky to have meets.
Okay. We're dropping frames.
Yeah, but it drops out where you don't want it. Yes, scratch is back on.
Okay.
We're back.
Did anybody watch the new Ponies episode?
No.
I
No.
will tonight.
I didn't watch the first Pony episode.
I will definitely tonight. I was actually considering watching it.
I don't follow that.
What is your sonar, Caenish?
Are we back on, by the way? Sorry.
Sorry, what was that?
Your
What's
sonar.
your persona?
Persona Dragon?
Oh, you're a dragon. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you weren't here at the start. Yeah, we went over that. Yeah, I sort of
Yeah, now I'm
Yeah.
just asking stupid questions. I'm repeating what they asked.
That's okay.
An electronic. What do you call an electronic dripping sound?
Electronic gripping sound.
Dripping sound.
Dripping sound.
Yeah.
So electronic sound made with a synthesizer that sounds like dripping.
Do you have a visual representation?
Go to your bathroom, fill your sink with a little bit of water, right? And open up the crane just a little bit so that it just drips a little bit. That sound, made electronically.
You mean
This sound.
Yeah, I had that. Didn't I say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not a dripping sound. That's a lighter sound.
I know.
Um.
Sorry, I'm running
Okay.
on.
Actually,
I'm running on
here's
fumes
another
today.
question for you, Caenish.
Huh?
On how many occasions in 1 year do you guys hear Danny Boy being played?
Surprisingly few. It, it's yeah, that would be pretty stereotypical, but no, you don't actually hear it that much. At least I don't. Maybe I'm just hanging out in the wrong places or the right places.
Do you speak any Gaelic?
No, I learned a bit, but it's not really. Nobody really uses it.
Can you say hello? How are you in Gaelic?
Well,
I just found a visual representation of Gaelic, and I have no idea how to read it. But one of the words looks like bean.
bean.
Bean, literally B-E-A-N. But I'm pretty sure you said that differently.
Yeah, you
Actually,
would.
now I know what color the WhatsApp updated its whole thing to. I said it looked crap, but now I know it's actually like the Irish color. It's like the Irish green.
I almost spat out my drink. Huh.
Yeah.
Is that how you spell it?
Yeah, that's how you spell it.
And you say it?
What?
Felsha.
Felsen.
No shit.
It's completely. If you think that's bad, you should see Welsh. It's just. I don't even know how you speak that.
Oh my goodness, I need to hear this one. Say your cat is on fire and heading for the brewery in Gaelic.
I cannot say that.
I need it. Well, actually, you know what? I think that they've, if I'm not mistaken, Google actually, for its many things, Gaelic translation. If I'm not, I need to hear this. It doesn't. Damn, Irish doesn't have like an audio for Gaelic, which would have been absolutely amazing. Because just imagine a robot voice saying things in Gaelic.
Yeah, I don't think we have that. Although, no.
Huh.
You get some TV programs in Gaelic here.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like what TV series? Like, are they dramas, video dramas, like
That and news.
comedy?
I haven't seen any comedy, but there's a lot of like sort of or like kids shows as well. I've seen like kids shows like in Gaelic. It's usually on RTE.
Okay. Any of them good? Are they dubbed or are they actually like made for Gaelic?
They're made for Gaelic.
Wow. Nice.
Um,
I'm actually that's impressive.
They do have a lot of cartoons that they dub, eh? They actually sometimes it's not. It is dubbed, but they redraw just the mouths for the voices.
Obviously, Rakuin asked if you said Felcher on air. And I don't want you to reply to that. Thank you very much.
Funny you do say that, but yeah, I always make that joke. It's like it sounds like that. You're quite close to the mark whenever you say that word.
Okay.
That makes it a little bit funny.
And obviously,
It does.
Daniel found the translation to, I believe it's Spanish or possibly. That actually looks like that looks like Spanish or Portuguese. Because gato esta chamas I'm butchering the Spanish language, by the way. Direccias a cerveza.
Pretty sure it's Portuguese.
Yeah. It looks like Portuguese to me.
I know a bit of Spanish, and it doesn't look like Spanish. I know Portuguese uses e as a joining word. But that's my best guess.
Yeah, this looks like Portuguese because gato esta gato cat.
Cerveza beer. God, are we dropping out again?
be Gaelic.
That's
That's not
does
even.
not look.
Yeah.
It looks Portuguese or Spanish.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna Google Translate this as well. And I think he's spelling Gaelic wrong. It looks like Gaelic. Any funny stories you can tell us with in respect to some of your meats? Like anything, just like for the hell of it.
Any funny stories?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
We need to amend that.
Well, there was the time that we went to the Belfast during the Christmas lights whenever they're turning them on, and we got what we thought was going to be an interesting show, but it actually just turned out to be like, I think it was like Lazy Time, like live. It's like we were disappointed, to say the least. It was like we were thinking it would be something cool, and it was just like, oh boy, this is just Lazy Time. And then, oh no, actually there was Angelina Ballerina. It was just like, oh, that's the closest we're going to get to first this here, I think. I don't know if you know any of those are kids programs.
I know Lazy
but
Town.
it was a disappointment. Yeah, Lazy Town. Well, I don't think it was the actual people that acted in it, but yeah, it was the characters from Lazy Town, the pink haired girl and the sporty guy.
Okay.
It was
disappointing. Ugh.
Every single time. Even the accent and everything is overdone. The way they speak Afrikaans, they never slang. They never... yeah.
Just like a brew, Canada.
No, that's
cock.
That's when they have a show about a specific stereotype. And normally, like in like the sitcoms you used to have here, like Goli or whatnot.
Igoli actually still exists. Igoli wasn't that bad.
No, Igoli's dead.
What?
Igoli's
When?
not... It stopped
Years
a while
ago,
ago.
dude.
When did it stop?
Like
at least a year ago.
no, at least like freaking a few years ago.
My poor heart, really?
Yeah,
Not that I followed it, but what?
Yeah, the final episode. The final episode.
But everybody speaks like the language so properly, right? And then they would get like, and it would normally be like a kid that talks like, "Yes, it, bro."
Igoli stopped airing on the 31st of March 2010.
Bloody hell.
And it was going for yonks, like 18 years. Igoli's 18 years
Sorry.
old.
That sounded a bit graphic. I'm sorry about that. Well, we do have the proper translation for you now, if you can possibly read it. Can you read Gaelic?
not really, no.
Well, it is on there. And that does actually look a lot more...
A lot less Spanishy. Damn it.
Scratch. I can't wait. Oh, jeez, I'm on 3G.
Oh,
I
okay,
would
never
like
mind then.
it.
Yeah, because for some reason my Skype keeps crashing the whole time now.
Mm.
Like my Skype
Is
and my...
it your internet or just your Skype?
I think it's my internet because it's dropping frames at the same time as well.
I remember what I wanted to say.
Okay.
What?
Sorry, not you. I'm just with this problems with the stream. But I will.
Okay.
You wanted to say, Ivic?
Are we on? By
Yeah.
the way.
Yes.
Oh, great. Apparently I can do a pretty valid.
Come on. Yeah, I know. This is horrible. It keeps dropping the whole time.
Okay.
Anpu, isn't your ISP up again?
Check.
Because this is not working. It's dropping like literally on the minute.
Hmm.
But it still keeps recording the file.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your internet drops. The thing is that means that it doesn't.
No, it keeps on recording the file.
Yeah.
Which means that he's got silence.
Yeah, it records.
Yeah,
locally.
when his Skype drops, it will be silent.
Yeah.
I know. Alright, it looks like it's on, so I can quit the Skype call.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording and streaming, and you
Hold
take
on.
over. Okay.
Let me just restart Skype and then...
Right. Well, he's off for now.
Okay.
You went very quiet.
You're online. Just stop your OBS for now.
Okay, doing that, guys. We're going dark for a few seconds. We'll be back in just a bit.
Okay. The numbers of the people around you, and all of them to have WhatsApp or whatever sort of like text chat thing that you use.
Yeah.
And then they just all are on their phones, and you can literally just chat about anything.
Okay, we're live again, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'll go for live. Okay, well, Skype's sort of the main thing, other than the forum.
Mm-hmm.
It will be Skype, but there's like maybe 2 or 3 groups. It's sort of a bit not all in one place. Yeah, fractured, I think is the word.
Well, maybe you can piggyback into like the English groups and see whether, I mean, like how far is, you know, sort of London from Belfast actually?
Well, you could fly in about an hour, but yeah, it would maybe an hour flight, but it's the effort of getting flights because although the flight only takes an hour, like checking in and checking out takes quite a while longer.
And driving?
Yeah, that would probably take a while too. Although the airport's probably about a 15-minute drive for me, the city airport. But yeah, I don't think it's really a thing that would happen because there's not much to draw people over here. I feel.
Well, maybe they can draw people over that side, and you can join in on maybe once every 2 or 3 months. I don't know. Like that's also an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's always interesting to have a look. Because I mean, like obviously, our 2 main hubs are about 1,000 kilometers apart from one another.
Yeah, that's one of our biggest issues.
That's really one of our biggest issues that we do have, and it's one of the reasons why we're trying to look for a central location for our con and things like that. And I mean, like I said, we'll find ways to get around that. But like the thing is that if it's a 1 yearly thing, then it's actually always a very, very good idea to try to have it as
essential as possible. Or maybe make it 1 year like that, and 2 years maybe 2 little conventions, and 1 year one big one. Every second year maybe smaller conventions.
Yeah.
But
one of the things that you didn't hear yet, Inpw, and one of the fun things that you coming back up to Pretoria and Joburg would actually be, is that I mean, obviously we have a large proliferation of furs in this area. And I was actually mentioning it earlier on the podcast, that, and what did I call it? Oh yeah, I called it Sunday Furry Sunday. And like the thing is that we rent out a bar for that day. And I mean, like, there are bars up here that actually are free. You don't need to like pay anything for them to get in there. You have your own soundboard. And then we have like both sort of a games day or something like that inside one area.
Yeah, we can have a look at it. We can, like I said, before we sell anything, we're gonna actually put together a whole scheduled planned thing. Takes a little bit of planning and getting the location and everything right. For everybody that is listening, that's the next thing that you're gonna see coming from us. Is you're gonna see the whole event as it's going to be, and then you can make up your minds whether you want to join or not.
Yeah. That's something interesting that we can look at. betacursevoice.com.net.
But okay, before everybody dropped off, you said you had a forum in Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. What is it called?
I'll link it again. I put a link in the chat. I'll put another link in the chat.
Oh, did you put
there we go.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Just scroll up.
It's not very active, unfortunately.
Do you guys mind other people joining?
I don't. I don't think anybody does, really. I think any activity is good. My opinion is that any activity is good. I don't know what everybody else is like. I don't run the forum, so...
You don't run the forum?
No, I don't. SoFox runs it, or owns it, rather. But I just use it. It was around before I started the NI-FURs group.
Okay.
But the Irish Furry Board's been around longer than the NI-FURs, but it's just generally not as busy.
Okay. I
didn't expect that. I have to honestly admit this. I expected a much larger fandom in Ireland than here.
No, it's unfortunately not that big here, at least yet.
Well, it's not.
I would like
big,
it to be,
it's
but
not big here, and also we're also trying to do these things, but it's really strange. So I would have expected something really close to the amount of furries that we have here would be fursuiters in Ireland. You understand?
Yeah.
That is like just what I expected.
Ireland's not that big a country.
I know. It's not a big country, but it is part of the UK, as we mentioned, right?
Yeah.
And like Britain has a shit ton.
Yeah.
What would you say is the reason as to why not many people from Ireland actually are either into furry or haven't found it?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it might just be a case that it was hard to find, which is why I created like the NI-FURs website, because if there's a central website like with details on like any meets in the community, like it basically, the website is just a repost of the Twitter feed and links to different websites that are related to the Irish furry community. So that's basically what I tried to do with the website. Yeah, I think that was sort of the problem, was that until then there wasn't really any, central location, whereas that's what I've tried to do with the website.
Yeah.
To have a central location that people can find, and it has worked. We had like one or two, I say one or two, like maybe half a dozen people by now have like found the website and then contacted me, or worked their way into the Skype group or the forum or something. So it's definitely been useful. It's just, I guess people aren't searching for it because
what we have this side, and this is what I always this is where we're a little bit different from when I go on a forum like on FAF or something like that is an international forum. Most of the people there are from Europe and the United States. The difference between those the furries being part of that forum and obviously our little local group is, I want to ask you if this is the same. We're a little bit more interconnected with each other because of the fur meets, and because the fandom is so small that people actually do go out of their way to attend some of these meetups, right? I want to is it the same on your side? Do you guys actually know each other really, kind of like a little friend group that you have going? Or is it...
Yes. Yeah, like the regulars at the Belfast mates, yeah, we are quite friendly with each other. We do know each other quite well. You do get, like, I try to like be welcoming to any newcomers that show up. And I have like went out of my way to go to the Dublin meets whenever they happen, but unfortunately they aren't as well organised really as like here. They don't seem to have them as regular.
Are there more people in Dublin?
I would say there is, if they were organised well. If somebody like was there to like take the role of like leader for Dublin and organised monthly meets, I'd say they would definitely become bigger than the Belfast meets. It's just
Would you want to help?
See, that's why I haven't really done it myself, because I don't really want to swamp myself with like I'm in like doing everything here. It's like it would be nice if somebody local to Dublin would step up. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting because that is the one thing that I would say differs from the smaller communities than the big major massive ones. Because those guys don't care. They go to MFA or Anthrocon and whatnot, and then they see all they see more freaking furries and fursuiters and whatnot that they could ever possibly want, and then in their online life they don't know anybody that is actually on that thing, right? So that is what makes it a little bit different. So I can actually call the South African furry community. We chat on also a lot of different platforms, but we have like a WhatsApp group, and everybody is part of the WhatsApp group and talks all sorts of stuff. Basically, you start to you get to know these people, even if you haven't met them yet. But because it's this constant interconnection between people. There's a constant chat going up and about and whatnot. Well, in the international side, or let's say a country as big as United States, for example, now they just go on the forum and you would get that a lot. You go there, a furry, there's been a furry for 9 years, but he never met another furry, ever.
The site keeps dropping out. This is annoying.
Yeah.
Don't know, but now maybe my problem with my internet has now shifted over to you because I haven't had one dropped frame.
Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe it's because it's just popped up.
No, I think it's because it's late now. It's not that much traffic for me. Scratch's problem is a little bit different. Oh well, this is our major obstacle in getting furries to do stuff here. Is if the internet here was a little bit better, then furries would do stuff here. In my personal opinion. What is your internet speed?
Mine?
Yeah.
At the minute, it's 16 megabits down, but I've actually just recently put in to upgrade to fiber, so I'll be getting about 40 megabits.
Fuck.
Wow.
That's not even the fastest. The fastest you can get here is like 130, I think. But we just went for the basic fiber because I don't think we need that fast.
Do you know our internet speed? Here people become jealous if you say I have a 5 megabit per second line.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine how jealous we are right now.
Yeah, because I'm on DSL and I'm getting about 16 megabits down.
No, we're also on DSL, but here's where the difference is. Our mobile networks is faster than our DSL.
Yeah, which is why I'm actually probably while there was a point that I was carrying the call. In fact, this happens more often than you'd think.
The only problem with carrying a call on mobile network is that the mobile networks have larger latency. But you're talking always about 3G or 4Gs, which is with HSDPA, I know 3G is 10 megabits per second, right? So that is actually much faster than the DSL you get to buy for a reasonable amount of money. You get quicker internet when you sign a business contract, but then you pay per month and you pay on usage. You can't go uncapped with a stronger connection.
They charge you a buttload for a capped line anyway on a stronger connection.
Yeah, but then if you exceed it, you get billed for it, just like basically 3G and those type of things. But those lines are unthrottled. They don't throttle those lines. They don't shape you. So you can actually go nuts on that, but you're gonna pay for it at the end.
Yeah, like if I'm not mistaken, Caenish, you guys don't even get throttled anymore, do you?
No, most of that's been done away with. Like, you mean like a download cap on your...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, some companies do that, but not really. A lot of them just offer unlimited downloading.
When they started with the whole like capping system, what was the highest or like what was the sort of best cap that you guys could get? You know, back in the day.
I'd a guess I'd say 10 to 20 gigs. I'm not sure. I can't remember that well, to be honest.
Like for us, like when it comes to being cost effective, like what's it? 5 gigs would cost you around about, let's say, £50. No, make it £30.
No, it's not. Not on DSL. Mobile networks.
No. I'm talking about mobile network right now. When it comes to capping, capping,
on mobile network capping. That's Currently, you'd be talking like between 1 to 2 gigs is sort of the average cap for a mobile network. I thought you were talking about broadband.
No, we'll
it's
talk
not.
about,
Yeah.
We're talking about both, actually.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But broadband is cheaper than that.
Yeah.
A lot
Far
cheaper.
Like you can get a 4 megabit for the amount that I pay for internet right now.
I've uncapped for that amount, and it's a 5 megabit line. So
I hate you. You see what we mean? But I literally hate him. But the thing is, well, look, let's put it like this: my flat doesn't have a DSL line.
yeah, and they need to install a box, and if they need to install a box, you're talking about them having to actually run fiber in the road and whatnot, get your line at a serial T.
You know what? You know what
out.
probably really sucks is that they do have phone lines going past our road.
Yeah, but it's probably not T1 and activated yet.
All they need to do is put a box down, activate it, and then go from there.
Yep. And then have a Telkom Tech having it install that in your house. Do you really want to wait 5 years?
They've already made us wait for 5 years. They haven't even opened up a project for this area. Anyway, so back to furry things rather than internet.
The internet is furry things.
The internet is for porn, nothing more.
No, I have noticed, like, online, outside of the fandom, you really do see a lot more furries.
You also see a lot more porn.
Schman.
Sorry.
But given the average of usage, people are getting used to it, man. By the time that I'm a grey muzzle, everybody is going to be furry. And then I have to do something else taboo. I need to then turn into the normal person.
You want to do something taboo?
Yes.
I think I know what you could do.
What?
But I'm not talking about it on the podcast.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm always kidding about stuff like that. We'll always remain the minority. That's why I like it.
Your face is a minority.
Oh, jeez, Ollie.
Sorry.
You don't have any better comments to give.
No, I don't, because your face literally is a minority.
What?
Wow. Dick move, bro.
Sorry. Anyway, Caenish, do you have anything you want to add about, like, Northern Ireland furs, you know, anything, like, you know, inspirational that you saw recently, or anything that you find sort of, I don't know, cute, or...
Anything to add.
Anything to add, yes.
Nope. all that thought just for nothing. Yeah, I can't think right now what to add.
Are you guys generally nice people? Yes.
No, we're terrible people. Never come see us.
I'm sorry, like, I should never have gone to this podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Bad move anyway. No, it was a great move. I think, from our side at least, really thank you so much for taking some time out for us. I know that you're busy. We're all busy, but I mean, like, for you specifically from Northern Ireland, being able to like talk to us about like Northern Ireland things and furry things in Northern Ireland and things. And we really do enjoy having this little chat with some of the more interesting people outside of, our direct group of people. And it's really a lot of fun. Like, actually, we do enjoy sort of getting together with people like you, and we probably wouldn't mind having you on again at some point, if you wouldn't mind being with us, if we haven't scared you off.
No, that's a possibility.
Okay.
I'm not that scared yet.
Not yet. We'll get there.
Not yet.
We will get there. Wait until I call your face.
Try harder next time.
Wait till he calls your face something.
Yeah. Yeah, wait until
No,
then.
you don't get scared of him at all. It's just,
You get annoyed with me.
no.
Offended.
I don't offend people. I just annoy people.
Yeah, it's like a superpower. It's really, really effective.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not moist.
God, fuck!
What? What did I do?
Hasn't it that Nicolas Cage meme? I too am moist.
Well,
I was referring to Moist, the character from Dr. Horrible.
What?
yeah,
No,
sure
you
you were.
Yes, I was! You were talking about silly superpowers, and that was the first one that came to my head. Moist. From Dr. Horrible. At his most badass, he makes people just shut. You and your dirty mind, I didn't do anything with that.
Oh, it's not that. It's just, Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Don't do that.
Pardon.
Bless you.
How do you say goodbye in Ireland? Goodbye.
Goodbye.
No,
How do you say goodbye in Gaelic? Let's try that one.
but I'm thinking of a stereotypical type of thing, like the top of the morning to ya.
We went over that.
I know,
Yeah,
I was here, but I'm thinking of the goodbye version of that.
Fuck off.
Back off.
Fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Maybe something along the lines of bottom of the evening to you.
Would it be?
No.
Would it be
I'm gonna stick with fuck off.
Okay, I agree with fuck.
So
Yeah, that's
everybody, fuck off.
Go.
fuck off that.
A very, very Irish goodbye. Good. We'd also like to thank those of you who were listening. Once again, Caenish, thank you very, very much for joining us on the podcast. We really did enjoy this. I quite enjoyed it myself. We'd like to thank Kigginzade, Caenish, you, Scratch, Rakuin, Zanduin, Cuddlewolf, Dan Leo, Biggie for coming in a bit early, Istas Encres, I have no idea how to say that, and if I can remember, Wasp, and I think that could have been it. Thank you very much for having a listen to the podcast. We'll see you again. And thank you both, Scratch and Anapa, again. Thank you for, spending your time to do this as well.
Yeah, sorry that I was freaking not here, thanks to ISCOM.
Yeah, well,
ISCOM decided to not switch my power on or my internet for the first freaking, time. Anyway.
ESCOM, for a brighter future.
At least they're transparent, I have to admit. It's not like
Yeah,
my
no,
ISP that takes it down, that takes my internet down because they can't deliver their service with it, but you still pay the full amount.
But anyway, thank you so much for listening to the podcast, and if maybe we can do a nice Irish goodbye in 3 seconds?
Fuck off.
No. It's 3, 2, 1. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
There we go.
There you go. Right, well, thanks for having me. But
Thank you so
you can actually fuck off now, please.
Yeah, sure. I'll say the same thing. I need coffee, immediately.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice.
Okay, stream is off.
I'm seriously considering fucking off now as well.
Yeah.
Me too, yeah.
Okay.
I
Thanks
could go
again,
getting a drink.
Caenish. I really do appreciate it.
No problem.
This is fun.
It was fun. It was an experience.
Ivic, can we chat
Okay.
for like 15 minutes or something?
Yeah, no, I'll be here.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I might sit in, but I'm also
Um,
going to get something
And
back in.
Scratch, I will probably collect those things at your house and upload it to YouTube this week. So I'm gonna give you a WhatsApp like Wednesday or something.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll be back in a bit. I'll see you guys.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna head off here.
Right.
Just kidding.
I added you two guys on Skype as well, so feel free to chat me anytime.
Cool.
But I shall see you guys later.
All right. Cheers, Caenish.
Good night.
See you around.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. You guys have no idea how I feel. This is the first time in my life that I've been this fatigued.
Why are you fatigued?
Dude, Thursday and Friday night I didn't sleep. Okay? Yesterday night I tried to sleep, but then my body didn't want to. I actually struggled going to bed, but I'm tired. Have you ever had that?
No, not. Yes, actually, once or twice. Yeah.
What now?